Alright guys, welcome back to Dallas Geek. We absolutely appreciate you joining us. If this is your first time, we really appreciate you. As always, I'm Brad, that's Kyla, we're Dallas Geek, and we talk about nerdy stuff. Kyla, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing, Brad?
Pretty good for a Friday, honestly. Yeah.
Pretty good for Friday? It's Friday.
Yeah.
You'd expect it to be good.
Well, I mean, lately Fridays have kind of been a day. But today we actually have some new stuff to talk about. So, yes. I'm calling that a win.
So many new things to discuss.
Oh.
Not even kidding.
Oh yeah, and over in the Facebook comments, we already got Jody popping in with a hey. So, hello, Jody. How you doing?
Hey, Jody.
And of course, as always, if this is your first time watching, please do not forget to go follow us on Facebook and like the video, subscribe to our channel, and like the video over on YouTube because the algorithms love that stuff, and we must appease our Google/YouTube overlords. And of course, if you like our stuff but don't always have time for the videos, you can always catch the audio of our live streams and our interviews over on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Google Play. So, you know,
so many options.
All the places. Alright. So, Kyla?
Yep.
Do we finally have something new to talk about? Something,
We finally have something new to talk about.
something fresh in this graveyard of entertainment news that has been everything since March?
Nintendo came in clutch. Ah, so excited.
Oh, Nintendo. We love you guys. You...
Yes.
Yeah, just, you win. Thank you.
Big love. Big love.
Yeah. And, guys, before we jump into it too deeply, do not forget, question of the day is, what has been your favorite Pokemon-related news announcement from the last couple weeks? Please tell us in the comments below. Tell us why. What are you looking forward to? Speculation about any of it. All of that. Please, we'd love to hear from you. And of course, unofficially, wish we could be sponsored by, but not yet. Please notice the senpai. 5 Hour Energy, the one thing that keeps me going for the last 7-ish years running. So, yeah.
I already drank a Red Bull earlier, I'd be showing that one off, but...
And Dr. Pepper's. Well, sorry, this is Texas.
Those 23 flavors.
Dr. Pepper's good.
Dr. Pepper's fantastic. What are you talking about? Dr. Pepper's
To be fair, I actually have no problem with Dr. Pepper. Of all the soda options out there, I'll take Dr. Pepper any day over the rest of them.
It's the best. That's why.
Coke is alright. Pepsi is just, eh.
We don't talk about
If
Pepsi.
you guys disagree...
Not in this house.
I mean, I'd say fight me. I don't have a strong enough opinion to care.
I do, though.
You know.
So
go
I
for
say
it.
fight me.
There you go. So yes, Pokemon news. Guys.
So much Pokemon news.
It is amazing. Thank you, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company. You guys are finally giving us something fun to talk about. So, the first thing on the list, and we will definitely try to keep these sort of to the point, because, like we said, there's a lot to go over, and this could take a while if we really wanted to. But
I could go on tangents.
First on the list.
So.
Pokemon Home! It got an update. Kyla?
Yes?
What got updated, or is getting updated?
So, Pokemon Home, if you don't know, because this thing I didn't realize until this update came out, there's a mobile option for Pokemon Home now. as well as, of course, on your Switch, which has been pretty standard so far. But Pokemon Home, it updated it to where it is now compatible with the new expansion. Yes, expansion for Pokemon Sword and Shield, allowing you to be able to transfer those Pokemon around as opposed to just being able to have to keep them inside a virtual box inside a virtual game. That's kind of the biggest thing that I got from from that. So. Which is always exciting.
Oh, and real quick, we got Mondo being the first person to point out the change that has happened on our screen since last time, so Wednesday. There are pops in the background for you now, Kyla.
Yes.
There's something to look at beyond just your beautiful face.
It's not that beautiful, but like, I try. It's got some pretty highlight on it, so I mean. But yeah, there's pops now, and then. But Mike kind of put them up willy-nilly, and that means I have to go back and catalog them now.
Wow, are we getting into a nerdy organization argument here? Because I find that amazing. And I'm going to be all for it too.
I have a spreadsheet for Mike's pops, and I said don't put anything on the wall unless it goes on the spreadsheet. That way it's not mixed or they get jumbled or whatever. You can move them around once they're on the spreadsheet. But if you look over on, you can't see it, that side of the room, there's about 17 holes where he put pops over here, and I'm not thrilled. He's messing with my organization.
If you guys ever wondered if Kyla really was a proper nerd, I think this should start to give you insight if you didn't pick up on the other hints before now. Having a spreadsheet to keep track of your Pops collection is just... I mean, it feels appropriate to me, but I think everybody else would consider that to be next level nerd, which, cool.
Yeah, it breaks down like the Pop ID number, the collection that it's part of, the name of it, if it's an exclusive somewhere, and what variant it is. Because some of them have like, sometimes you get the Chase variants, but they have the same Pop ID number, or you get like the GameStop variant versus the like Walmart variant that have the same Pop ID number, but like one has a different color scheme. So yeah, no, I got like super intense with it, and he's messing with my spreadsheet. I'm too happy about it.
That's nice.
That's a whole rant I can go on, but that's no big deal.
But back to Pokemon Home.
So, back to Pokemon Home. So I mean, like that was kind of the big thing that became compatible with the first, mind you, other big thing. We'll get to it momentarily. The first DLC for Pokemon.
So I do believe, and the Pokemon Home update, honestly, of all the updates, is the one that I saw the least about because, I mean, I know it's probably gonna be sacrilegious. I don't have a Switch. So I don't really, I haven't had a need to be able to jump into the Pokemon Home side of things yet. But did I see correctly that Pokemon Home actually gives you the option to be able to transfer Pokemon not just from Sword and Shield, but from even like previous generations?
Yes, which is how people have been keeping their live Pokedex going. That's part of the reason why whenever Sword and Shield was first announced, and it was a limited Pokedex and not the all like 850. Is that how many there are now? I think.
You keep talking, I will verify.
Could be more. But since Sword and Shield didn't have the use for all of them, they were like, "What about my live Pokedex going on Pokemon Home?" I mean, you're good. It's there. As long as the game is compatible, which there's speculation with the second part of the DLC to add more access to some more Pokemon for Sword and Shield.
896. Yep.
90. Oh, okay. So my first guess is 846. So I was like, I'll say 850. That sounds more right. Just kidding.
To be fair, it's usually that last number, when it's not a 0, is the harder one to remember, so I'm actually kind of impressed.
That I got the 6, but I couldn't get the 9.
You got the 8 and the 6. It's just that middle number that was elusive.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right from my memory for most things. Remember the beginning and the end, but not so much the middle.
That's all good. But yeah, no, so I mean, have they actually stated if there is a limitation to how far back in the generations are compatible with Pokemon Home being able to transfer up?
So if it's not available, like for example, if it's not available in Sword and Shield in like that game's Pokedex, which is about 400 without the update, it cannot be transferred into the game because it doesn't have like a code space, essentially, if you want to know the nerdy terminology for it.
Okay, so you can only transfer the Pokemon that are in the game from previous generations, not adding to the Pokedex beyond that, and trying to help fast track their coding side of things.
Yes. So, for example, like, Pikachu has been in every single one of them, so your Pikachu can come with you. But, I'm trying to think of one that's, like, let's say the Alolan Vulpix, which I think actually might be in Sword and Shield, but the Alolan Vulpix doesn't say, let's say it doesn't have a code space in Sword and Shield. It cannot be transferred in.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure it can, though.
Okay.
I think that's one of those ones that is. But that's just an example. Please don't attack me. I don't have all of them memorized for the Pokedex. I'm sorry. There's too many. Okay? Like
That's perfectly fair, honestly. I mean, yeah. When you're up to almost 900 Pokemon, I mean, I'm not saying that there's nobody out there that has them all memorized, because I know there are, but
yes,
you can't expect every fan to remember every one of them, even when they are genuinely dedicated fans. Yeah.
I'm sorry, the calculus theorems pushed out some Pokemon this past week. I apologize.
Yeah. For those of you who don't remember, Kyla, outside of the show, is also a teacher. A math teacher. Once again.
Yep.
In case you didn't know, she was a nerd.
I did AP calculus.
But, you know, like, she's a true blue nerd. Like the traditional nerd. If you're going to be trying to make the distinction between geek, nerd, and dork, typically, at least in my book, I know a lot of others, the distinction between geek and nerd is nerds, their knowledge is applicable to something. Geeks is a lot of useless entertainment knowledge. You have the both with a lot of the actual academic stuff, so
yes.
Kudos.
I did the thing. Look at me. I'm not a fake nerdy girl. These glasses are for real. I'm blind without them. So after Pokemon Go up for the home update, the next one was, what's the next one, Brad?
So the next one we have is Pokemon Go Fest 2020. So
Woo!
Typically for the big anniversary events, there is some kind of like special location thing that's happening. The previous anniversaries have been treated with, we'll say, varying degrees of popularity. That first one was a bit of a
huge,
we'll say, lackluster conclusion, but it still got a lot of people to show up. Just Niantic had a little bit of a hard time keeping up with the demand.
Yes.
Subsequent anniversaries have been a little bit more successful because they knew what to anticipate. This year, however, with the global pandemic being a thing that everybody's having to deal with, and nobody wants to be going to a mass public event,
sure, it'd be
Nintendo
fun.
and Niantic have decided to let this be a proper at-home experience, like they've been changing the entire game to be able to fit within. So that's actually been a big thing.
Cool, actually.
Like Pokemon Go, since like mid-March, has been slowly rolling out features that have been much more home accessible. Everything from being able to do like access Pokestops and gyms from like 2 to 3 times the distance you could before, so you know you wouldn't have to be as close to other people, to being able to remotely access raids with remote raid passes. Even adding in the Pokemon Go battles, where you can actually go in and battle from anywhere, other players all around the world, and once you get up to a certain friend status with your friends, you can directly battle them. So that's been a big thing. But with Pokemon Go Fest this year, they are making this a 3-week-long event, starting on, I want to make sure I get this right, July 3rd.
July 3rd?
So the first week happens from Friday, July 3rd until Wednesday, July 8th. And you're going to have different research challenges that you have to be able to do to unlock new Pokemon. And the big thing is they have a whole set of Pokemon that will be, at least temporarily, exclusively accessible through doing these research assignments. And so first week's going to be Friday, July 3rd to Wednesday, July 8th. Week 2 is going to be Friday, July 10th until Wednesday, July... good lord, I scroll past. Wednesday, July 15th. And week 3 is going to be Friday, July 17th until Wednesday, July 22nd. So, it is... I mean, for those of us that are still playing Pokemon Go, which, I mean, I got into it again back, like, beginning of the year, it is actually a fun prospect. But just understand, the big thing that they're talking about is the Pokemon Access. There may or may not be some additional surprises they throw in, but for now, that's the big thing they're promising. So,
I mean,
have fun.
I think it's good because, like you said, global pandemic going on. I'm gonna start walking on probably Monday. Yeah, Monday I'm gonna start walking again. And I was like, I need to do something to keep myself entertained while I'm walking. Oh yeah, I can play Pokemon Go and like be productive with it again and get me to go do things and whatnot. And so with the fest coming out, it's gonna be another drive to like get people moving and grooving a little bit while the you know, world is burning outside.
Yeah,
that's great.
I mean, I got back into it honestly because, you know, I got a son who is a little over 1 year old now, and I mean, I've been taking him out for walks for a long time, but I needed something to be able to, you know, give me that little extra incentive to get out more often. And so, at the very least, I started thinking, well, Pokemon Go, be able to throw that in, hatch some eggs, it's something. And then it just kind of snowballed until I got fully sucked back in. So, you know, yay! Oh,
hey, Brad.
Kyla? I think we lost you. All right. Well, while Kyla tries to jump back into the video call, we will go ahead and jump forward into the next topic so we can vamp for half a second. And that is going to be Pokemon Cafe Mix. So, Kyla?
Sir?
You there? Here we go. Alright. Kyla's back, everybody.
Oh.
I will say, I'm actually impressed that we've gone as long as we have without any kind of major technical difficulty for the show. So,
right?
Hey. There we go.
I work well under the face of adversity. So,
Yeah.
Cafe Mix. Have you been playing it,
Yeah.
Brad? Because I'm, like, mildly addicted to it.
So, I
say mildly, like, it is...
I know
so
a little bit about it, but I'd say of all the announcements, I know about as much on this as I do Pokemon Home. So you're gonna need to be the one to explain to me what it is and why it's so cool.
So it is a game that was released on both mobile and Nintendo Switch. It is free to download. And
Okay.
it's, I'm gonna call it out on its It's Candy Crush-like structure. Not in the sense of swapping things to match the 3, but the sense of, like, you fail a level, lose a life, you have to wait until your lives regenerate, blah blah blah. But the idea behind it is that you own a Pokemon cafe, but the workers are Pokemon, and so like you have like an Eevee that works for you, a Charmander, you get a Squirtle. I just got a Snubbull? Yeah, I just got a Snubbull to work for me. Like, it's so cute. But the idea behind it is that you're linking Pokemon icons together to try to achieve whatever the goal is for that level. Be it drop the tomato in the basket, get rid of the whipped cream, do this, that, and the other. But by doing this, you create an order that is given to the Pokemon.
Okay.
And as certain types of Pokemon keep visiting you, you can build up their friendship meter, and once their friendship meter is full, they can come work for you. And they have different abilities, so like Charmander does a blast that's sideways, while Snubbull does a blast that's up and down.
Okay.
So it's just kind of
I mean, is it just like limited Pokemon options to have in the game, or is this like a wide array?
So I haven't gotten that far into it yet, but like it seems like I've had like a Minocino show up and hang out with me. I've had a Snubbull, but a Charmander. I've had a Flufferpuff? What's the heck is that name? I say Flufferpuff, that's not right. It's pink, puffy, swirlic. I said like what did I say, Flower Puff or something like that? Close to Hufflepuff, might as well have been. It's not the name for it, and I'm drawing a blank, and it's a derpy little white and pink thing with a tongue that sticks out like this. But there's an Eevee, and as you go, more Pokemon get attracted to your cafe, and so your goal is to see how many you can attract. But it's adorably fun, and it's free to download on both your phone and your Switch.
And speaking of Eevee, what do we have over there with you?
I have my Eevee, because I'm a child, and I got a Build-A-Bear Eevee. It's so cute and soft and fluffy.
So, in all fairness, I saw the Build-A-Bear Eevee too, and it's crossed my mind more than once that maybe my son needs one.
Yes. And they just, so Build-A-Bear, they already had a Flareon last summer. They just released the Jolteon. They're talking about Vaporeon coming out next summer, and they're talking about trying to get all of the evolutions. I'm like, please, I need them. I will get all of them. I don't have place problem, but I will get all of them.
That's fair.
I'm just a big kid, it's fine.
Next up on the docket, we have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX.
Tell me about it,
so I know this is it says DX, but I believe I saw this a Switch game?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, just because there were a bit of generations in there that I skipped, is the DX referencing previous generations, or is that referencing the old actual like Game Boy DX?
So usually the DX is like, I'm trying to remember how they described it. DX in most Pokemon games usually refers to like, I don't want to say deluxe, but something to that effect. Let me double check real quick, because now you got me on the spot. I keep talking about it.
Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I know nothing about this one.
Okay, so it is a remake.
I know the next three that we're talking about.
Okay, so this one's a remake from the original one that was released. It was redone to be released on the Nintendo Switch. It is currently out now, if you would like to go grab it. It came out March 6th? Yes, March 6th. And the idea behind it is that, like, instead of you playing as a trainer collecting Pokemon, you're playing as a Pokemon rescuing other Pokemon. It's cute! Like, it's adorable. But it's a mystery dungeon, meaning that like you never really know quite what you're going into. It's been so long since I played it, but let me just double check myself. I want to say that they're partially procedurally generated, like you have an idea of what's to be expected in there, but it's never exactly the same, hence the mystery portion.
Got it.
So, but yeah, it's very
cool.
I know. Like, I
mean, I know it looks interesting, because I have actually seen part of the, what's it called, trailer.
Yep.
I have actually seen part of that, but, otherwise, yeah, I mean, it seems fun. Seems like a fun little game.
If you like, I mean, half the time I like the Pokemon spin-off games more than the actual Pokemon games, because, I don't know why. I think they're cute and quirky, but, you know, I got you.
Fair enough.
There's your little one.
Yeah, so, next up, we have maybe the most controversial addition to the announcements. Pokémon Unite. So...
Why is it controversial? Like...
It's controversial because, I mean... Well, partially because of who the developer is. For those of you who don't know, the developer's Tencent, which is a Chinese developer who is responsible for... League of Legends.
Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah, they are essentially the great MOBA developer. So basically, this is League of Legends for Pokemon.
For those who don't know what MOBA is, just to kind of interject that real quick, it stands for Multi-Online Battle Arena. Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. So typically it's one team versus another team trying to reach some goals and destroy the other team.
So for the old school gamers out there, think of it like the next evolution in what you experienced back with like Diablo 2. You know, you got all the players, you got a similar game style, but it's just arena based and you're going crazy. You know, it's for the competitive market, not the casual gamer.
Similar gameplay like Dota, Dota 2, League of Legends, Smite, Heroes of the Storm?
Yeah.
I'd say Overwatch. Yeah, I'm gonna say...
Overwatch kind of has its own thing going on, honestly.
I'll tentatively throw Overwatch in there, because it's a set of things you have to kind of go against with a set of rules, and you're technically... I'll throw Overwatch in there a little bit, but that sort of gameplay where you have a strategy thing that you're trying to achieve. Typically, most of the time it's teams of 5, sometimes teams of 6, depending on what game you're into, or even 3v3, depending on what game you're playing. But you're playing with other people as certain characters within inside that universe, and trying to do the thing.
Yeah, and I mean... The big thing that a lot of Pokemon fans have been having issues with about this game really is the fact that nobody really was asking for a Pokemon MOBA. Nobody was really asking for this type of mobile game for Pokemon. And in fact, a lot of people, when they heard mobile game, they were kind of hoping that it would be something along the lines of, like, the original game ported over to mobile and updated. But I do know this is not exclusively mobile. It is cross-platform with Switch and mobile, so that's actually a big deal that a lot of people are pointing out, that it's like one of the only games that gives you that option. I mean, cross-play is such a rare thing these days because a lot of developers and a lot of like console manufacturers just don't want to play well together. So, and of course you got the PC Master Race group that just doesn't want to play with the dirty console gamers. So it's a whole thing.
Excuse you there.
Hey, I didn't call them the dirty console gamers. I'm saying that's what they're known as. I personally have no beef with them.
I'm referring to like the anguish from the PC Master Race, because I'm part of this. And I play on console. You watch it.
Hey.
We don't discriminate around here, Brad.
No, but if we're being totally honest, PC gaming is dramatically superior.
I mean... You're not wrong.
Just to throw that bit of controversy out there.
But I'm honestly kind of excited about it. Did you look at the list of playable Pokemon that they have in their game so far?
Some of them, yeah. I was actually a lot more caught up in the amount of hatred that was actually popping up online. Like, a lot of it felt so reminiscent of all the crap that happened with the announcement of Diablo Immortal. Like, that thing... Like, I know it's not to that level of extreme hatred right now, but it's feeling very similar in the arguments about it. So...
A little bit.
But at the same time, the one thing that the Pokemon fandom has going for it is you don't have the same level of vitriol that the other gaming fandoms have. It's a lot more chill.
Just want to catch Pokemon and do the thing. But for the lineup, we got Pikachu, Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Machop, Snorlax, Talonflame, Clefairy, and Riolu. And their evolutions, because as you're playing, your Pokemon will actually evolve, and then you'll turn, like Squirtle will turn into a Wartortle, which turn into a Blastoise. Which, by the way, Water's best starter. Fight me on it. You and Mike disagree, I know.
Oh, dramatically. I'm Charmander all the way.
Water.
I mean, even with all
Squirrel's
the
my
other
boy.
generations that have come since, I will 100% stand beside my choice of Charmander. Like, I would even pit Charmander against all other generation starters, because he's just that cool.
I mean...
Fight me.
He's not even technically a dragon. Let you get the Mega... Was it Y evolution?
I mean, yet, technically he's salamander-ish, and then kind of becomes dragon, whatever. We're not diving into that rabbit hole. I totally disagree with the developers on how they categorize him later. I'm just saying...
He's
Charmander.
A flying fire type, Brad. Fire, flying, we get in the right order. But nonetheless, so it titles all those Pokemon, and then also like their subsequent evolutions. Yeah. So your Charmander will eventually become a Charizard while you're battling. Your Riolu will eventually become a... I just went completely blank. I say Lucario eventually. Your Clefairy will eventually become a Clefable. Also with subsequent move choices and whatnot. So I think that's kind of fun. I mean, if it's free to play, well, let's say free to start.
Actually, it says free to start. It was very specific about that one, which is interesting. Like everything else Tencent has made. Curious. Yeah, you can just assume there's going to be so many microtransactions.
Well, I mean, like even League of Legends is free to play, but like I'm not gonna talk about how much money I spent on skins just because I wanted something that was pretty. But like it's still technically free to play, so I'm curious what they mean exactly by free to start.
Anyway, I know that we both have a hard stop, and we're at the 34-minute mark. So let's go ahead and jump on into the second to last story that we have. The thing that your and my age groups have been waiting with bated breath for since 1999.
So excited!
The final sequel to Pokémon Snap. Thank you, Nintendo. Oh
my gosh!
We have Pokémon Snap. Well, okay, technically, new Pokémon Snap, which I know that's how they're branding it now, but I feel like that's the same kind of thing like New Coke, so I'm just calling it Pokémon 2. Oh, sorry, Pokémon Snap 2, because...
I'm so excited. Like, Pokémon Snap was my jam.
Yeah.
Took all the pictures, got access to the Rainbow Road to go take pictures of Mew. Like, I did all these secret things. I got Bulbasaur. I got Pikachu to go ride the surfboard. I got him to roll around on Electrode. Like, Snap was my jam.
Yeah, I
And I saw the
loved
trailer, and I
Pokemon Snap
squealed the
so
entire
much.
time.
Oh.
Like,
I mean, when
excited.
Hey You Pikachu came out afterward, it felt like it was trying to give you the same kind of interactive thing, but like do something different, which was okay. But Pokemon Snap was always the better Pokemon game on the 64. And honestly, after I ended up becoming a photographer, like after high school and everything, I could genuinely look back at Pokemon Snap and go, huh, so there was a reason why I liked Pokemon Snap so much. Cool.
No, like, Snap was my jam. And as soon as they announced it and showed that, like, same kind of idea that, like, you're rolling around taking pictures of them, but they have, like, all the Pokemon that you can take pictures of and whatnot, and it looks so gorgeous. Like, I want to be that person right now. Like, it looks so pretty. Like,
Oh no, I am all for it. And honestly, Pokemon Snap, you can throw in whatever new game mechanics you want. You can make this whatever you'd like. I mean, they could honestly, they could, if they wanted to make this game into like a first-person adventure game where you're literally walking around trying to like chase down the Pokemon, run away from the Rhydon Stampede, whatever, I'd be okay with that. It doesn't need to be the same kind of mechanics as the original. I think the trailer so far is already going in a fantastic direction, but the big thing is just, I want it to be pretty, I want it to be fun, and I want to be able to take pictures of Pokemon, and give me whatever else you want on top of that, I'm playing it.
like, I can also see them implementing the motion controls inside the Switch of, like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
actually having to, like, twist and, like, angle up your picture and, like, do the thing and, like, focus it in and out. Like, I could see them implementing that in here because of the range of motion controls that are inside of this. I want it, Brad. I want it.
Oh, yeah. Without question.
I want it. Give.
So yeah, there's not a lot that we have to talk about for Pokemon Snap because that is one of the newest announcements. But seriously, just go check out the trailer. Not now, wait till we're done, but go check out the trailer.
We're almost done.
It is amazing. Just, yes. And in fact, I will actually make sure after this video is done, when you watch the replay over on YouTube, I will be sure to put the link to the trailer up in the iCard just to make it easier for you. So yeah.
There you go. Brad being the real one.
Yeah, so last announcement from Pokemon, and it
Also
is
super cool.
the first major DLC for Pokemon Sword and
Ever.
Shield. You have Pokemon Armor and Crown. So it's Armor,
first one-
so I know it's Crown Tundra, and then Armor, what again?
Isle Armor, Tundra Crown.
Isle Armor. There you go. Oh,
I got you.
like,
I'm
so
feeling you, Brad.
Pokemon Sword and Shield, I know a lot of people have kind of had hit or miss preferences
Never
for it
miss
because of the amount of Pokemon that have been included from the start. I know some people have been saying that the gameplay just doesn't feel quite new enough or whatever. Wah, it's freaking Pokemon. It's on the Switch. It's fun. It's amazing. Get over yourselves. And to be able to finally have DLC to add to it, I think this may be one of the smartest things that Nintendo has ever done, because now you're able to expand your Pokemon experience without having to go out and just get other games and try to somehow connect them so it's a sort of interconnected experience, but not really. Like, I think this was brilliant of them.
Yes. And it, like, it's super affordable. It's only like $30 American, just in case someone's watching and they don't use USD or anything. But, you know, it's fine. But it's only $30, and that gets you both DLCs. The first one being Isle of Armor, which actually, if I remember correctly, the original release date was supposed to be June 19th, but they ended up pushing it up to June 17th. So it came out like last week, right at a week ago, and 2 days ago. It added, I think at least 15 more Pokemon, but more specifically, it added a whole new area with different items. For example, when it was announced, you got Galarian Slowpoke, but while you're in the Isle of Armor, you'll be able to get the evolution pieces needed to get Galarian Slowbro and Galarian Slowking. Super cool. It added a new fighting legendary type that you can get at the dojo. They have a dojo that you can go do battles at, which is just the dojo. Let's get down to business, to defeat the Team Rocket. But there's a dojo
Honestly,
that you can go fight at.
If somebody were to make a Pokemon parody of that song, I'd be cool with that. I mean, not me, because that's not my skills, but get on it, guys.
It also added new environments to explore. So, in Pokemon Sword and Shield, you had, a plain. You had a kind of rocky-ish area. You had a mild desert-ish area. Had a snowy area, and, a couple big cities for you to go through, which is cool. But from my understanding, and I have it downloaded, and I'm going to be playing it tonight. So excited, because I wanted to make sure I was an adult this last week. So I waited to download it. There's also apparently, beaches and more kind of intense environments and whatnot, like bogs and marshes and caves and sand dunes and things like that come along with the DLC, and that also means finding different Pokemon in different environments and getting to get the stuff and the things and just playing the Pokemons. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah. I mean, and that's honestly the thing. So many games, so many companies have promised the idea that they would be able to add DLC that could genuinely expand their game and give you a wholly new experience, so that you don't have to keep buying new games, new sequels. They can just keep perpetually expanding the games, and very few have actually ever been able to fully deliver on that promise. Destiny 2 was a massive failure from that respect. I mean, the closest you ever got, honestly, was probably Witcher 3, and even then, to be able to say that about a game that's, I mean, it's several years old at this point now. I mean, we don't really have any other major additions to that aren't just MMOs. I think it's nice to be able to see a company as reliable as Nintendo finally trying to deliver on that promise. And honestly, if they wanted to keep doing this with Sword and Shield and just keep adding DLC to it, rather than trying to push out a new sequel, I'd be cool with it.
Every year? Or every 2 years, probably?
Well, I mean,
kind of how it goes.
You had a big story that came out earlier this week. Well, I guess yesterday, day before, whatever, where the president of Sony, when he was doing this big interview about the upcoming PlayStation 5, he made the controversial statement that, in his opinion, they need to start focusing on shorter games, because games have become too long and too involved to really get out to market in a clean and finished fashion. And so he wants to try to go back to the kind of gaming experiences we had 6 to 10 years ago, where you could literally marathon a new game in a weekend, which, I can kind of understand to a certain extent where he's coming from, because you do have so much being put onto every new game to try to be this big expansive world, this big expansive story, and with how overworked a lot of the actual people that work for the developers are, and trying to hit these short deadlines, I can understand where it might be a good thing for them, but I think Nintendo trying to lead the pack on this, saying, no, we don't need to try to cut the games down. We need to be realistic about what we have at the first day of sales, and then actually deliver on that promise of DLCs. So instead of trying to come out with a game that's like a mile long of content, they'll be able to keep it going for a year without repeating from the first day. Let's give you the basic game that you're gonna love, because we did it right, and then keep giving you DLC to add on to it, so that by the time we're done, it gets that thing we've been promising up until this time, and nobody else has delivered. And now you have it. You just had to wait a little bit longer, but you got to play everything else along the way. I see no problem with that.
Animal Crossing as an example of that. You can use Animal Crossing as an example of that too.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
great,
Animal Crossing had a new update this week, right? Or they announced it the update? Okay.
They announced it. It comes out July 3rd. I'm so excited. We get to go diving again. Okay,
Very
sorry.
nice.
I'm like super giddy.
Oh no, I know exactly how big of a Animal Crossing fan you are. So,
I even have the Animal Crossing Switch. It's great. It's so pretty.
With that,
Don't mind me, it's
guys, we've gone through all the Pokemon news. Like I said, we could take forever diving into every nuance of it, but
yes,
this is really all the stuff you
snippets.
need to know. So, here you go. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. We love having you join us. For those of you who stuck around this long, y'all are awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And of course, if this is your first time watching us, do not forget to follow us and like us over on Facebook, like the video and subscribe over on YouTube. And if you like our stuff but don't always have time for the videos, you can always get the audio of our live streams and our interviews over on Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and Stitcher. So we're all the places.
So many options.
And yeah, guys, thank you. Oh, and one more thing. If you're a returning viewer, we definitely love you. Please don't forget to share us with your friends. We'd love to hear their thoughts. And of course, just one more time, question of the day. What has been your favorite Pokemon announcement this week? Please let us know down in the comments below. And yeah, tell us all of it. What are you looking forward to? Well, do you think Pokemon Unite was an awful idea? Do you think it was great? How awesome is Pokemon Snap going to be? All of it.
So many things you can tell us. You can also see that my favorite one was Pokemon Snap, but like, that's neither here nor
Me
there.
too, so. But yeah, guys, that is it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One last attempt. Please, notice this, Senpai. We'd love for you to sponsor us.
Notice
5 Hour
Senpai.
Energy, please. But with that, guys, as always, I'm Brad. That's Kyla. We're Dallas Geek. And see you next time.
Okay, bye! Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.